Welcome to our course on heart rate training. It's going to be exciting and you're going to learn a whole lot, but before we get started, I wanted to give you background information on how this course was created and developed. Well, I've been a college professor in health and kinesiology for over 20 years. And of course, as I started at the college, I taught face-to-face classes, and eventually, as time went on, online courses became very popular. I decided I wanted to add this to my curriculum vitae so I could teach online and face-to-face. So, as I developed more of a rapport with online, I even started creating templates that other instructors use. Then one day, I had a thought that we probably could have a physical education activity course that was totally online. The students had to have one to graduate. So I thought this would boost our numbers in all of our courses online if we could have an online activity course. So I created a fitness walking course for the college. The students would get credit for taking it as part of their core. So what I did was I found a heart rate monitor, a particular one that would send all the heart rate data from workouts to the web. And so I thought, okay, the students have to get this heart rate monitor, but I wrote the curriculum for the course so they didn't have to buy a textbook. The first thing they did after they set up their heart rate monitor was to get a resting heart rate with the heart rate monitor on. This would ensure that it would be a little more accurate than trying to manually take your pulse. Once they got a resting heart rate, we took that number along with their age and found out what their target heart rate zone was. And we determined what intensity that they would work out. We determined it should be 60 to 80% of their heart rate reserve. So, with all that knowledge and information, they were about ready, but before they started, they had to do a fitness assessment as a pre-test to see where they were as far as fitness was concerned. They did the Rockport 1 mile walk, and at the end of it, they took their exercising heart rate and the time it took them to complete it, along with their gender, their age, and their weight. And we found out what category they were in, approximate VO2 max. According to a formula, it wasn't as accurate as testing VO2 max in a lab, but still it gave us a baseline to go from. After that, for 10 weeks, I was their personal trainer. Once a week, they would turn in their journal, and in it were the links to their heart rate charts that were on the internet. So I would look to see if they worked out enough days, if they worked out hard enough and long enough. If they didn't, I'd let them know, and they had to keep going. I decided halfway through that we needed to apply the principle of progressive overload, because they were all coming to me and saying, I can't get my heart rate any higher. It's hard to get it into my target zone now. Well, that's because they were the training effect. They were getting those physiological changes that happen in the body, and it was harder to get into their target zone. So we recalculated their target zone, but they also had to turn things up a notch. They either had to add another day of workouts or increase the time of their workouts. This just turned it up enough so that they would see even more improvement. At the end of 10 weeks, they had to do the same fitness assessment as they did at the beginning. And the pre-test they could do either on a treadmill or on a measured track. But the post-test, they had to test exactly the same way they did the pre-test. If they did it on a treadmill, they had to repeat it on a treadmill. We used the same numbers that we used for, the current numbers they got for that test, put it in the formula, and we came up with a new category of fitness for them. Had phenomenal results. The students were saying to me, I feel so much better, I've lost weight, I'm sleeping better, I'm dealing with stress better. But what am I going to do now that you're going away? Because I was their accountability partner, and they really liked that. So I did this for several semesters, had so many students that would repeat it a second, third, or fourth semester because they really liked the accountability. So now I'm going to allow you to have this same tool to use with your clients and students. I collected data over 500 students while I was at the college, and the same benefits as these students got, your clients, your people that come to your classes, they can get the same benefits. And you might be able to charge a little extra, make a little more money with this technique. So with all that being said, I think we're ready to get started. You're going to learn an exciting new technique and have tools to integrate this with your clients, with your classes. So you ready? Let's get started.